Hey everybody, my name is Ellie. I'm a life coach and Reiki practitioner, and we're here today going to talk about focus wheels. And we're going to start off by talking about what they are and what they mean to us. So, Crystal, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Crystal, and I am a wellness coach, and I work with people helping them to get into the right mindset for getting physically in shape and mentally in shape, and helping people to get a little bit more into self-love and all that good stuff so that they can obtain the body that they want. So kind of the same but different in different ways, and we're here to help you guys. So, Ellie?
All right, so focus wheels. So Crystal and I, we go way back, and we've done a lot of focus wheels together and apart, and we've seen how effective they can be in our lives. And the focus wheel process comes from Abraham Hicks. If you don't know about Abraham Hicks, you should Google them because they changed our lives. And we adopted that process from them. So I'm going to, what the focus wheel is. Okay, I'm reading from my notes. That's why I keep looking down.
That's the same book, by the way.
Oh my God!
How funny is that? I saw it earlier. I was like, I think I have that book.
That's too funny.
Oh, sorry, guys.
So,
like attracts like. See?
Okay, so what is the focus wheel? To me, the focus wheel is, it's kind of like a vision board, but it's different than a vision board in that it doesn't necessarily have images. So I'm just going to briefly show you mine, what it looks like. See, there's only words, and we're basically picking power words or emotionally charged words to fill up the wheel. And the purpose of this is to create momentum, because Abraham Hicks says if you focus on a thought for 68 seconds, 68 seconds, that launches like a manifestation type of power. Momentum. So that's why a focus wheel is very effective, because this takes more than 68 seconds for sure, and you're just kind of in that mode of thinking and feeling into, more so than thinking, feeling into that thing that you want to manifest. So it's not really like you're listing things, you're listing really the emotions that you imagine you would feel when you would attain that thing, right? You really want to stay away from putting things like a car, money, right? Really like pivot into like, what is money? How would having a lot of money make you feel? It would make you feel freedom, abundance, so on and so forth. So how about you, Crystal? Like what has your experience been with the focus wheel? And
it works. Works. Every time I've done it, it has helped me just kind of not only see my life change by what's in there, but just really put me in a really good vibrational place, which is where I've really felt like it's already here. And I was mentioning to Ellie earlier, it also makes me feel like I've kind of just like put my order into the universe and gotten very clear about how I want to continue to feel, because when I'm doing it at that moment, I feel that, and I kind of just know like it's out there. I'm definitely writing things out. I love vision boards, but I'm a writer. I like to write. And I get more out of that. So, there's a million ways to do them. I've clearly invested much time in doing this. And Ellie's been great, because I used to write a lot of things out, and really sentences and things like that. And so she really has helped me to simplify my focus wheels, even though it doesn't look like that. It depends on my mood. But I had went to one of her workshops, and we did words, and I wouldn't say like within like a month or two after doing it, I definitely saw things shift and change for me. So it really does put you in a mindset, and it's something that you can look at quickly and really assess. And like, I don't know about you, Ellie, but like I go back to it, and especially in the morning, and I'll just kind of read through the words and read through things. And so it's a very quick way to get you back in the zone, especially if you're feeling a little bit off about your emotions and your manifestations. So, we're definitely going to be sharing with you guys, different ways to do it and different topics and such. So I'm excited. So we're gonna.
Yeah. So Cool. And one thing I do want to say about writing, like vision boards versus focus wheel, it's not like to say one is better than the other, but one thing that you should know is, and Abraham Hicks says this, but writing is the highest point of focus. Mm-hmm. So like actually like doing that ritualistic act of writing things out is it's putting you in that highest point of focus. So that's what makes writing so powerful and what makes this process so powerful. And the other thing is you really want to, when you do create your vision board, you want to place it somewhere visual. Is that very loud?
What?
Close my window. Can you hear that? Okay, I think we're okay. Someone's drilling outside. Oh. So you want to put it somewhere visual, so somewhere that you're gonna actually see it every day, right? Like as you were saying, Crystal, like, so you can have that reminder of like, okay, this is the emotional path that I want to be on, right? Just keeping that focus. Hence the phrase, focus wheel. All right, so what we want to do is first I'm going to show you some of mine so you get an idea, and then we're going to watch Crystal do one. So I want to show you one of mine. This is something that I created like over a year and a half ago. And if this comes out backwards, sorry. No. It's okay. So I created this a year and a half ago, and what I was really desiring at that time was to connect with people, to make those aligned connections. You know, as we go through life, we notice that certain people are not serving us anymore, and we want to meet new people, right, who are like more in line with our dreams and our goals, and that's what I was really feeling. So I started off with resonance. So that's my biggest power word, resonance. It's a feeling, right? Notice it's not a thing. It's not like people, right? Even though, or like, you know, something like that. And then what I did, and this is something that you can do, is literally take out a thesaurus. You can also get it online, very easy to access. And if you get stuck, type that in, and a lot of words will come out, and choose the ones that resonate with you. Remember, we're looking for emotionally charged words. So I'm going to take you through what I wrote here. So we've got resonance in the middle. That's the most powerful for me. And then pure and centered. So these are feelings. Inspired, authentic and organic, aligned and ease, enough, and unlimited. Oh, and connected. And then within each of these quadrants, or whatever you want to call them, I chose words. Again, pulling out the thesaurus, or if it's coming to me organically and naturally, I will put them down.
Which happens.
Yes, it does. It does. Yeah, I mean, the thesaurus is a tool for when you get stuck. Mm-hmm. So let me just, I won't go through the whole thing, that'll take too long, but I'll say for like some of them. Let's say for connected, I put relationships, nature, movement, teachers, learners, groundedness, Reiki, healing, coaching. I know Reiki, healing, and coaching are like nouns and things, but they actually do mean something to me. So if you are going to put things, make sure they have an emotional charge to them. So really, like, the words don't matter. You want to give yourself that guideline of choosing emotionally charged words, but if they really do have meaning to you, you know, put them down. Let me choose one more. Let's see. Aligned and ease. Inspired, true, pure, enough, comfortable, good, confident, connected. All right. So, and literally this all like manifested like the summer after. So I created this in like March 2015. And then last summer I met so many people, it just like blew up. And I wasn't even
happen, guys. I watched it happen.
Yeah, and I wasn't even noticing that this happened. I actually, to be honest, wasn't looking at this every day. Mm-hmm. I would look at it occasionally, and then like when the summer ended, I was like, oh my gosh, all this stuff happened. Okay, you know. Let me share another one. So I like this one because it says resources. Notice I didn't put money. Right? Because resources come in so many different, like, infinite forms that I really didn't want to just limit it to money. Mm-hmm. Money's just one way.
But, and also I want to say money sometimes brings up a subconscious limited belief too. You know, so seeing the word money sometimes might put people in a place where they're like, even though they want it, there's all these like things. So resources is definitely a better word for
yeah,
that.
and that's a good point, because you really want to check in with yourself and ask yourself, how does this word make me feel?
Yeah, right.
Right? Because if it's going to make you feel like a negative vibration, then you should choose a different word. So resources in the middle. And then I have growth, expansion, connection, activities, travel, options, and enough. And then within those circles, see, I did this one a little differently. I put circles. You can do whatever you like. Like this one is with circles. This one, like I broke up. So this is like, just gives you an idea of like how you can design it. So these are, I did with circles. Literally, like with I traced a cup. So I'll give you an example. So like for growth, I put in, I some of it was organic, some I use a thesaurus. So for growth, I put advancement, maturing, ascending, improvement, prosperity, cultivation. Then I put for expansion, higher self-connection, self-love, development, increased evolution. So that gives you kind of an idea of how you can expand. The longer you do this and the more you put into it, the more momentum you're creating. I mean, really that's the point, is just to create, giving yourself that time and space to start that creation process.
And I think for me, that's how it feels when I'm doing it. It's like I literally feel like I'm creating something just by doing these, because I've seen them be so effective that like I'm extremely careful, because I'm like, oh my God, I know that these can work.
Yeah, do I really want this?
Do I really want this? Am I sure I want this? But that belief in doing it helps to speed it up even more, which is, you know, a really great thing. If you're doing these things and you're really doing it from a place of, you know, I know that this is going to help me to get where I need to be, and you really truly believe that, of course, anything you believe is what's going to come to be. So, you know, when you're making these, taking it from Ellie, who's obviously saying, you know, I've done it, and a year later it happened, and the business that I started literally was on a focus wheel I had no idea what this business would be. I just knew I wanted something that was my own, that I could grow, and I had, you know, all these things in my pie that were, you know, I didn't know. I was lost at that point. I was very lost, and I think Ellie can remember, like, I'm just like, I don't know what my passion is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You remember, I just was in such a place where I was searching, but what it did was it created that search for me that led me to it. You know, so what happened was once I had it on paper and once I was clear, it was like, okay, I've got to go out there now and sort of figure out what works and figure out if these things that I'm trying are fitting into this mold, and it wasn't, and then it ended up leading me to that. So you also have to trust that when you're doing this, it might not be like what you expect. You might be in a place where you're lost and when you're not really sure, and so that's why words and just writing just simple general statements are good, because if you are lost and you don't know exactly what you want, but you know the feeling of what you want to have that, this is the go-to. This is like perfect.
And you're allowing your emotions to be your guide, because, you know, you might want a car, let's say, but it's, why do you want a car? Because of freedom and movement and choice, you know, but if you put that on your focus wheel, those things can come in a lot of different ways. So not getting fixated on the thing, but really focusing on the emotion and being open to all the different ways in which that can manifest, really being open-minded to how, because we're not after things, we're after feelings. At the end of the day, we're not after things. So that's very important to remember too.
And the thing is that we're so luckily blessed with the wonderful thing called imagination, which can create these emotions. And so we were given this gift of imagination. You know, if I told you right now to think of a memory of your childhood when you were happy, you could feel what you felt 20 years ago, 30 years ago, you know? So if you can do that for the past, you can do that right now for the future as well. So to be able to have this power of your emotion, guys, and to be able to have a vision that stirs up a current emotion, even though it's not going on around you, it's the same thing with objects, like Ellie's saying with a car. You know, it's not, I know for me growing up, like I always wanted a car. That's all I ever wanted was a car. Like, and it wasn't because like, oh, I just want to drive. It was that. It was being able to say, I want to go here. Like, get in my car and go, not have to look at a train schedule, not have to look at a bus, not have to wait for other people to drive me places. Like, I wanted to have that freedom. So, you know, if you're looking for houses and stuff like that, you know, what does a house mean to you? It means get-togethers. People can sleep over your house. How does that feel? It's pride. It's joy. It's, you know, warmth. It's contentment. You know, so not thinking about those physical characteristics of things like Ellie's saying, but really, what are those things going to do and mean for you? So, and that's a perfect segue into starting our focus wheel.
Yeah. So Crystal's gonna do hers, and really show you the whole process. So thank you, Crystal, for doing it on the spot.
Of course, I love being on the spot. Authenticity.
Exactly.
It's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day.
So before we started recording, we kind of brainstormed a little bit, and I was asking Crystal, you know, what do you want to, what topic do you want to focus on? And I think you said something about like freedom, right?
Yeah.
So explain a little bit more, like.
So I'm in a place in my life right now where I'm ready to just kind of be free and be sort of, I want to be in a place where I am able to, of course, like most of us, do what I want to do when I want to do it, and really not have handcuffs on me and not have to handcuffs, like you can't do this, you can't do that. I love my job. You know, I still love what I do. I'm thankfully down to part-time, so I am working less and less and building my business more and more to get to that point. But what I find is that sometimes I get like too caught up into the numbers of my business and, you know, what do I need to do in order to have the freedom to be able to quit my job.
Like the house,
you know, like so stuck on the house and time frame. Like, okay, you know, how can I do this so that by February I'm able to quit, or
And so like, and that's a perfect example of like how house, I mean, yes, we do need to know house, but sometimes house can create resistance to what we're trying to manifest. So more like you really want to pivot to like, hold on, how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel?
Exactly.
So you don't want to, like, the numbers can cause some strain and tension within your head, your body. So you really want to get out of that and think like, what's freedom, and like, what does that feel like? What do I want to feel more of?
Right. And really, I want to trust that as long as I maintain that vibration of feeling that freedom, that whatever needs to happen in order for that to happen is going to happen. It's not my job. It's not my job to figure out how that freedom is going to happen, because it may not be what I think it is, right? I think it's my business, and I hope that it's my business because I love my business. But what if there is something else out there that could be doing that? So I have to be able to let that in, and so this is going to help me to do that, and Ellie's going to help me to do that, and I'm super excited because, like I said, I know it works. So here we go. Okay.
So why don't you start off by just writing down some emotionally charged words or like power words before you start filling in the circles.
I like that. So should I have the circle in the middle with the freedom?
Like on another piece of paper, start jotting down some words.
Okay.
Because then you can pick the most powerful one and put that in the center.
Well, I mean, freedom. So freedom, expansion. You know, I want to be able to, with my freedom, I want to be able to grow. You know, so am I still there? Because I just got like
Yeah, it got a little stuck, but we're back.
Yeah, okay. So I want to be able to span. I want to be able to, like, I think about like going to seminars. I think about, you know, traveling for the betterment of me and personal growth. So
what are some emotionally charged words that are attached to those things?
Pride, because I would feel like really good just knowing that like I'm working on myself.
Yeah, like growth,
expansion, pride, growth. You know, unlimited, like just really being unlimited. Really feeling. I mean, joy comes to mind because obviously, like if I'm doing what I love and what I want, passion, purpose.
Purpose. That's really, so yeah, like those are feeling words.
Yeah, purpose.
What about like choice?
Choice. Yeah, choice. Ooh, see, it just like, oh, you know, expectancy, like, what's another word? Like excitement, like excitement for the future of like what's to come. Because, you know, yeah, when you're in that like job mentality and that mindset of like go to work every day, punch in, punch out. It's like it's very mundane. Adventurous. But see, that's not an emotion. But when I hear adventure, it's like ooh, like it does stir that up. So that's kind of what you were saying earlier. Like it may be like, you know, something, but it creates that in you. So okay. So I think unlimited stands out to me the most.
Okay.
Yeah, unlimited really. I like unlimited because I like the freedom. Just because you have the freedom doesn't mean you're unlimited.
Okay. So that like like that's a good point. Like you really want to pick the word that encompasses all.
Yeah.
Organize it, you know.
Yeah, because when I think of freedom, I think, okay, I can do whatever I want whenever I want, which is being unlimited, but unlimited seems grander to me. It means anything is possible. Like
exactly.
Okay, so I've got unlimited in my circle here.
All right, cool. So now, well, I guess you can create the next ones around it.
The next circles. We'll do, how about we do about 3 circles? That way we're in like our time.
Okay, let's work on 3 circles.
Work on 3 for now. Okay. I'll put a 4th one that I'll probably do on my own just because it looked really weird with just 3. Okay.
That looks pretty, right?
All right, so,
you know, lopsided.
Unlimited.
Okay.
So, so what am I doing? So with these words, so what I personally did, like I did one for my business, and then I had like sections of my business. And tell me if you think maybe, Ellie, that I should do it differently. But like when I'm thinking of unlimited, for me, traveling comes up the most, you know, being able to travel. And that's not just like traveling the world. It's like really just anything, like a weekend getaway without having to ask anybody anything. Travel comes to mind, unlimited. Like I said, like personal growth, like being able to go to seminars and things like that. So I'm going to put travel and PD, which is personal development, unlimited. And
so are you putting those in the different ones? Like, are
you putting them like as like?
Oh, okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, it's good to separate them because they're kind of unrelated.
Right.
You know, if you're thinking of it in an organizational kind of way.
So travel, PD, and then unlimited. You know, listen. At the end of the day, you know, we all want nice things. So, what would be the word? You know, like a core. I don't want to be like materialistic, but like it would be nice to have a nice house and you know all that stuff. Comfort, yeah. Comfort's good. Okay, so we'll stick with those 3, and then I'll make another one.
Actually, I like the word luxury because even though it's a noun, it is a feeling.
No, I like luxury better. Like you said that, and I just thought of like Greece and just like laying out on my. What do they call those infinity pools where like I'm just looking over the ocean? It's like like, not in like a really like materialistic way, but just like again that feeling of like I've made it. Like I own this.
It's like, you know, luxury, beauty,
everything. Yeah. Okay. So we'll definitely start like get into it a little bit. So So I'll start with travel, and I'm going to let you really help me out with this one because I know that it's something that is on your mind as much as it is for me. So when I think of travel, like nature comes to my head, like nature. Like I want to be outside and just, you know, and learning like other cultures. So I guess expansion for that too, you know, like.
It's what for that thing?
Expansion.
Oh, expansion.
So, like not just being so culturally like
perspective.
Yeah.
You know, different perspective.
Well-rounded, you know, like I want to be able to talk to people and be like, oh, you know, go here or go there. So you got to see this, you got to see that, you know, very
like expanding horizons, something like that.
Expanding horizons, perspective, nature, you know, state hopping for me. Like I want to see like the U.S. too. The U.S. is so beautiful. So it's hard with travel. Like, how do you do it? How do you?
Yeah, so like the things that I would feel when I would be traveling. So for me, it would be adventure, it would be expansion, different perspective, movement.
Movement, yeah. All right, that's good. I feel good with that. And again, guys, like when you're doing it too, if you write something or you think something and you kind of feel like resistance there, and what I mean by resistance is you either don't believe it or you can't feel it while you like you see how she says words or I say words and I'm like, yes. Like if you don't get that, like, oh yes, that's it. Like sometimes you're gonna come up, I know this probably happens to you where like you have a word, you're like, yes, that's my word, you know. So if you're not feeling that excitement when you're doing it, then you're doing it wrong. Not doing it wrong, but you're picking the wrong word, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll go to PD, we'll go to personal development. For me, you know, growth, again, expansion. A lot of and it's okay to use the same words. I feel like that.
It's all about what it means to you.
Exactly. It's going to mean different things. You know, I think of like Tony Robbins and like, so I'm not going to put Tony in my circle, but leaders, you know, like learning from leaders, becoming a leader, you know, able to go out there and have purpose. Because I feel like with the PD, like, I think it's just so much of that, like, you know, growing yourself so that we can go out, and especially Ellie as a coach, like learning ourselves so we can come out, which is what we're trying to do here, and teach others to do that. Like it's not just for us to get better. It's not just for us to be smart and us to be driven and us to be motivated.
To share.
It's to share, you know? Yes. This is why it's good to do it with the coach, because you get things that you otherwise wouldn't have. Okay, so share. Maybe one more word: growth, expansion, leadership. I think
leadership. Yeah, that's a good one. When you said that before. Mm-hmm.
Purpose, sharing. When I think of PD, like reading, seminars, connecting. You know, like connecting with other people that are looking for that same growth. Because there's nothing better than talking or being in a room filled with other people who are wanting the same thing as you want and on the same path, and that's that resonance that you were talking about. It really lifts you, and that just goes to show you the power of energy, you know, and how you can be in a room. You know, I've went to seminars and I've went to events and workshops, and Ellie's has had them, where it's just like, even though you're in your own zone and you're doing your own thing, that there's this comfort around you that you can be who you really are.
Like support
and
alignment.
Yes. Oh. All right. Let's jump to luxury, because I think I could probably spend 10 minutes alone just on PD. So luxury. Luxury. Right? And take these words and, like, obviously we're on a video, so we don't want to keep you guys here for an hour. But, like, you know, when you put a word, like, take a minute and just let it, like, seep in for a second, you know, and let it really, like, luxury, you know. And when I think of that, when I think of the word luxury, like, I'll close my eyes and I'll think about it. It means, like, quality, you know, quality.
I like that.
Quality food, quality travel. Like I'm not in like some little bus, like hopping around. Like I'm in like a nice thing.
Quality, yeah. That's a great word.
You know,
Yeah.
quality things. Things that last. You know, a car that's going to last me.
Durability.
Durability. So this is what I mean, guys. It's like it's not only a materialistic thing, like oh, I'm in my my whatever, my great car. It's what does it mean to you? A home that's safe, a home that's welcoming. Like you get like into a luxury home, you're just like ooh, like this just feel, like I think of like these luxury bathrooms. It's like I want to take a bath in there, like
bubble bath,
bubble bath. What else? Just peace, like you trust what you're in. You trust your home you're in. You trust your car you're in. You trust the food that you're eating.
Great word.
It's just, it's just all really good stuff.
Yeah, you really could go on for a while with this.
Go on straight for a while. And also, and I think for me, finding a word, what would be a word? There's so many people. I have a lot of people in my corner that are there and that are rooting for me. I also have a little corner full of naysayers that are like hoping I fail. Really. And so luxury to me would mean I don't want to be like, oh, I've proved them wrong, but like what's a good word? Like I've made it, not like.
Well, you know what it is? It's like, it's that feeling of trust in yourself.
Right.
Because the reason, like, naysayers can be there. They're always going to be there. They're always going to be there, but it's how they're making you feel. So like, if it's kind of bothering you, it's probably an indication that, there's some fear that you're, because it's resonating with that frequency.
Exactly. See, for me, it's the opposite. It's like
trust in yourself.
I can't, and it's like you just put gasoline on my fire to do it more. Like
it's that too.
So for me, it's accomplishment.
Okay.
Accomplishment, achievement. And I don't need those materialistic things to prove that I did it. But again, feeling those feelings of durability and quality and safety and all of those things is sort of a physical manifestation of the emotional that I felt.
Right.
So that's really good. So yeah, I think in terms of the focus, we all definitely. I feel good about this, and when we get off the call, I will definitely continue this because this actually felt really, really.
So show us what you have and what it looks like.
It's a mess. It's a mess because I was rushing and so excited.
Yeah, but that gives people a really good idea.
Yes, definitely.
But definitely make it pretty.
But then we make it pretty. I just made and maybe, as we go on, like I said, I'm a little bit of a writer. But these were words, maybe somewhere. So, Ellie, maybe you can explain, we're going to be doing a little bit of a series.
So definitely leave us your comments and thoughts below if there's like a certain topic that you want to see, because we're going to break up the topics. I'm actually currently working on a vision board of my own, which I will share. But if there's something that you want to see, something specific, put it in the comments and let us know what that is, and we'll do a video on it.
Yeah, definitely. And remember, guys, too, that the more that you do them, the easier it's going to get to be able to do it. So, and again, we'll share sort of weekly, different ways that you can do it. And also, put in the comments box, what it is that maybe any questions you have about it, but maybe if you've tried this before, like what blocks you have had with that, and so that we can address that too. I think that would be, because I know that, again, Ellie showed me like totally different way of doing this, and there is no right way, there's just multiple ways that work for you. So that's really it. I hope you guys got something out of this. Ellie is awesome. Ellie changed my life.
Crystal's awesome too.
Ellie, if I didn't know Ellie, I don't know where I would be, quite frankly. It all started with, have you ever heard of the law of attraction? That was it. I was hooked.
And this book right here.
Yes. Ask and it's given. Oh, the vortex. Yes. Yeah. tags. I remember devouring that on the train, like literally just like highlighting and just thinking, and I couldn't put it down, and I wanted to buy it for everyone. And so yeah, so you guys just, that's it. Like, you guys have control. You can do this. And again, what I think with what we said earlier, really putting it somewhere you can see it and you can read it often, especially first thing in the morning. Morning is when you're like most adaptable, and your sponge is like a brain. Your brain is like a sponge. My head is like a sponge. And so that's really the best time to be able to do that. So so that was great. So this has been awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, don't forget to leave us your comments, and we look forward to bringing more videos on the focus wheel. It's going to be awesome.
All right. We'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.